Hello, and welcome back to another Terraria video. Now, I know I said I wouldn't be doing a lot more videos on the console edition of the game, but I think I've decided otherwise, as some things aren't working out too well. So, my gamepad keeps dying in the middle of all this, so I might be a little bit slow going through all this. My charger isn't working properly. But today I'll be talking about whether the dragon armor in the Terraria console edition is worth it to get. Because if you don't know, it's quite a grind to get this armor. And I did have it, and I do have it in my playthrough series. It's quite a grind to get, actually. So, is this armor actually worth it? We'll be finding that out today, and I guess I'll just jump right into that right now. So, as you can see, we're in my playthrough world, and the way that you get this armor, so what's in my vanity set, I will put it on actually, right there, is by beating Akram. This is a boss that is in my other video, in my playthrough. Yeah, so that, I'll show you Akram real quick. That's Akram. So, basically, when you beat Akram, you'll get a random piece of armor of the four, I think it's four, I don't know, there's a few sets of armor that you get from Akram. One of them being the dragon armor, one of them being the titan armor, and one being the some kind of mage armor. I can't remember what it is, but you get these three armors, and see, here's Titan. Titan is for range damage. The mage one is obviously for mage damage, and what I have is for melee damage. Now, they're all kind of difficult to get. You have to use Essence of Light, which you get from Akram, along with four armor pieces. It's Hallowed, Titanium, Mithril, and Cobalt. And you combine them all together with Souls of Blight, yep, and you get one of the pieces of armor. And you have to do this for all the pieces until you get all of this armor. And usually from fighting it once, you don't have enough Souls of Blight. And if you didn't know, the spawner for Akram is very, very expensive to make. Actually, I think I'll try to look up the recipe for it. It's super, very expensive, and if you have to battle it more than once, it just really is really not very good. So, where's the guide? I'm gonna hopefully show you the crafting recipe, to make this. It's very, very expensive. It's quite a grind, obviously, to get this. So, oops. It's nope. Where is it? Oh, right here. Okay. You need 2 twin spawners, which is a lot to make. A Skeletron spawner, a Skeletron Prime spawner, which is also very difficult to make. 10 titanium bars, or adamantite, which is very expensive. And you need all 5 of the 2 souls, one of light, one of night. Now, that's really expensive, especially if you have to spawn it multiple times like I did. So we know it's very expensive. It's quite a grind compared to getting the Beetle armor, which is what I'm going to say the alternative end game type of armor is. So, this armor will give you a total of 62 defense, and the Beetle armor will give you a total of 75. This armor has no buffs or anything special to it, but the set bonus is that 21% increased melee movement and speed. So, this basically is going to increase your critical strike chance, melee damage, and speed very, very much. It'll change a lot. So, I don't know if I can test if the Terrorblade will work, but you see how fast the Terrorblade's swinging? Not necessarily the beams that are coming out, but you see how fast the Terrorblade is actually swinging when I wear this dragon armor? And I see if I switch to the Beetle armor, it's a whole lot slower. Very noticeable, actually. And also my damage is probably lower. I don't know if it'll show up. We have 107 with Beetle armor, and with this I have 116. That's almost 10 more. Very considerable amount of damage there. Also, not to say, dragon armor looks cool. But yeah, that's basically the basis. You get a whole bunch of attack for a little bit of loss of defense compared to Beetle. Now, also with Beetle, I don't know if it'll show up. We get this right here. This is Beetle Endurance. It charges up slowly, so first it starts at 15, then 30%, then 45% damage taken, damage reduction. So, until I got hit for 100 damage, I would only take 55 because I have 45% in damage reduction. just by running the Beetle armor. It does have to recharge, so it doesn't stay like this forever. Once you get hit, it goes down to 30, and if you get hit again, it goes to 15, and then it takes some time to recharge again. But this effect is amazing for battling or just general stuff. It's very, very good. And that's why I think I'm going to say that the Beetle, I do not think that the Dragon armor is worth the grind. You see, the Dragon armor and Akram and all the bosses were added kind of on quick notice without much thought put into them, because it was just a filler update. Since Terraria hadn't had any updates for quite a long time, they wanted the users to continue playing. So all this stuff is kind of made on quick notice with not much thought put into it. So, and you generally need to have Beetle armor already, or Turtle will work, or but a strong armor to be able to beat Akram, to get this armor. Now, I just don't think it's worth it. Even with the amount of damage that's giving you, that's only 10 damage with the Terror Blade, and it does increase your damage and speed a lot and critical strike chance, but I just don't think it measures up to the defense, because if you're staying alive for longer, obviously some stuff won't despawn, and you'll be dealing a lot more damage over time. As well, it's just such good and high defense that I don't think the damage and all the defense loss and everything will to rule out the Dragon armor. So that's why the Beetle armor is probably better than the Dragon armor. So, yeah, I mean, obviously there's other armors that aren't as good as Dragon, but if these are of the endgame armors, which in my head, the endgame armors are, armors from Akram, armors from the Beetle armor, and also Spectre armor is very endgame as well. And I don't know if there's Shroomite in the console, but I'll count it. But those are the endgame armors. And I really don't, I don't think it's worth the grind. It's not quite strong enough. Maybe if you had a little more defense or something, or some special buff, but the stat bonus is kind of underwhelming, and I don't know, it's just not as good altogether. So, that's going to be it for today, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.